The Forest Dance. The creatures of the southern forest were excited about the announcement they were reading from the notice board on the tree. The date had been set for the dance festival, in which the neighboring forests would also participate. The animals talked among themselves. Thanks to the forest's lead dancer Red Kangaroo, they were going to prepare an excellent show again this year. With his strong and flexible legs, Red Kangaroo was a terrific dancer. He was also very hardworking. Everyone in the dance show had a task to do. Some would dance, and some would help with the preparations. Different animals were in charge of the festival each year. This time, the dog of the forest, Dingo, was chosen and started to give everyone their tasks.
Koala brothers will be dancing. Gray kangaroo will be dancing. Crocodile will be dancing. Ostrich will prepare the costumes. Red kangaroo will prepare the stage.
Everyone was surprised that Red Kangaroo was given this task. For some reason, Red Kangaroo was not chosen as the lead dancer this time. Red Kangaroo was expecting to be a dancer. Why was he given this particular task when there was so much more he could do?
Oh well, it doesn't matter. I should get to work without wasting any time,
he thought, and went over to Dingo to get the map showing the location of the festival. This time, the festival had been moved with the joint decision of all the neighboring forests. It was no longer going to take place by the seaside. The next day, Red Kangaroo hit the road early in the morning. The land where the festival would be held was located right next to the big cliffs at the intersection of the southern forest and the northern forest. Using the map Dingo had given him, he quickly found the festival area. It was a round, large, and empty field, all surrounded by trees. It seemed very suitable for dancing. There weren't many trees in the area, but there were lots of thin, tall grasses.
What a quiet place. But very soon this place will be echoing with music.
Red Kangaroo was thinking as he was walking along the field. When he passed by the tall grasses, he noticed that his feet were getting stuck in the soil. As he went a little further, he realized that the field was made up of soggy mud. He ran back, otherwise he was going to sink into the mud.
Ugh, what is this? Anyone dancing here will sink into the mud,
he thought. As soon as he returned to the forest, he went to Dingo and told him what he had seen. Dingo listened to him carefully.
I know, Red Kangaroo, but it's the egg-laying time for the sea turtles. And that's why we cannot organize the dance festival by the seaside. We wouldn't want to do any harm to the sea turtles or the baby turtles. Since everywhere else is covered with trees, we have no empty area other than that field, explained Dingo. Red Kangaroo thought long and hard that day. The dance festival was an important activity that brought together the animals from the neighboring forests. What's more, the dancers had already begun practicing. As he was examining the map and making some calculations, he was thinking to himself,
My friends are going to be very unhappy if we cancel the dance festival.
He had to find a solution for the land. Then he thought about the small town at the end of the forest. When he was playing, Red Kangaroo would sometimes go out of the forest and watch the people in town. He always thought that life in town was very interesting. They had told him that the town was located in the flood zone. The houses were built on long poles to prevent water from getting in.
Well, of course. There you have it,
he said to himself.
Since we can't step on the mud, we'll build the stage above it. I must find friends to work with me,
he said. He asked for help from the other animals in the forest. The inhabitants of the forest were already prepared to help him. They immediately got down to work. They collected lots of dry tree branches, logs, and large leaves. First, they planted the long logs in the mud field and stacked the timbers on top. Then, they covered the timbers with leaves and tied them to the poles using vines. The vast muddy field had turned into a spectacular stage for the dance festival. The inhabitants of the southern forest had accomplished this task by working together under the leadership of Red Kangaroo. The animals who came from neighboring forests couldn't believe their eyes. The animals of the southern forest had not given up when they saw the mud and had come up with a fantastic solution. Finally, after all these preparations, that big day had come. The dance festival began with great excitement. The animals were able to perform their dance shows without sinking into the mud thanks to the stage Red Kangaroo had designed. The field had turned into a festive area with colorful costumes, cheerful music, and lovely dances. Everyone was having a great time. All the animals gathered around Red Kangaroo, and they danced together until dark.